I'm going to show you how to use hair chalk to add a pop of color to your hair. I have been finding hair chalk, actual hair chalk, kind of all over the place now. You can also find kind of hair shadow that's more like a palette of eyeshadows. Before that, for ages, I've used these are demi pastels, not to be confused with the waxy pastels. This is a very high-end art supply that worked beautifully for me. But today we're going to use the actual hair chalk. I'm going to start with a nice bright piece. And you can apply these dry or wet. If you had dark hair, I would definitely apply them wet. And for her hair, because we don't want to risk it staining her hair, I'm going to do it dry. What you're going to do is you're going to take a small section and twist it. And then you're just going to rub the chalk. Not working. Let's try this one. All right, so you're just going to take a small piece and you're going to take your chalk and you're just going to rub it back and forth on the hair, imparting color wherever you want it to. And because we're not washing her hair or applying it to wet hair, it's going to just be a very soft little wash of blue to the hair. You could also just wet the chalk itself instead of the whole thing. I just keep going back and adding a little bit more and a little bit more until I get the desired effect. You could also, of course, blend more than one color on the same hair. You know, whatever you choose to do is totally up to you. So once I feel like I have a good amount of hair, I'm going to take a wide tooth comb and just kind of brush through it. You can see she has a little pastel, kind of dusty blue in her hair. So I'm just gonna keep doing this, adding a couple of more. You can do as little or as much as this as you want to. So as you can see, I have color chalked the rest of her hair. I did it in a variety of colors. And then I wanted a really soft washed out effect. So I actually went through with a brush afterwards and just kind of brushed through them. And I just love all the different tones to it. A really fun thing to do with this kind of a look would be to do a braid. So I'm actually going to take all of her hair over to one side, separate it into 3 parts. Might leave that piece out in the front. And then do a super loose braid. I have a clear rubber band. I'm going to use it to secure the ends. And then I'm just going to puff up the braid and make it fuller. Some other alternatives to doing this would be, I love to do this, the hair chalk. If you have blonde hair, do a really high, long ponytail, and then just do the ends, so you're almost like, you almost have like dip dyed ends. You can also go in, I would avoid the colored parts and add a little bit more curl anywhere you wanted to. Now when I use the art pastels, I do set the color with a heat tool afterwards. But occasionally with light blonde hair it does stain, so just be careful of that. It usually comes out after a couple of washes, but everyone's hair is different. So that's how you use hair chalk to create a style.